Oh, I'm up here. Huh? Let me turn off my engine. I'm gonna grab my John Deere tractor and then head down to the shop so I can buy that disc harrow. I would get there faster in the Kubota, but I think that dodgy road I went on last night really messed something up on my John Deere, so it has to visit the shop. So I'm gonna head down there and get this repaired and then look at the catalog. The shop's just up here, past the train tracks on the right. And let me bring my tractor in so I can get it repaired. And repair for 1400. Now I can look at the shop. First, let's look at what's for sale. That, I think the one I was looking at eventually getting in like October was one of these, which is 31 or 32,000. So that will save me quite a bit, even with the repair. That's still going to be over 10,000 savings. So I'm gonna get that. I'm not gonna have a way of getting it home right now. Yeah, let me get the lights. So there's that. So what I really came here for, besides repairing my tractor, is a disc harrow. Now, I'm definitely not going with the 1 meter. And these ones my tractor could do, but they're big and I don't have a whole lot of space yet. And like that's 10,000 to go up 1 meter, another 10,000 to go up another meter. For here, it's 5,500 to go up a meter. So I think I'm gonna go for this horse. Yeah. And that one I'm gonna put on this John Deere and get it back up to my yard so I can clean poop and cultivate my 2 fields so they're ready for next month when I'm gonna have to buy seeds. And I'm hoping I'll be able to buy all the stuff I need to get grass work done next month because I like doing it in April. It's the first cut. April, July, and October is usually what I go for. Now I could be a little cheaty and put that on the front and then carry that in the back, but I'm not gonna go that unrealistic. I'll bring my Kubota down at some point to come grab that tipper. And now that I have my disc harrow, I can throw poop on my other field. That would be exciting. Okay, if I set it up over here. And then move it to the edge. Yeah. I think I was going to try. What is that? I think I was going to try to. I don't know how this works. What is the automatic? I was gonna see how it works if I manually do it and then compare the 2 fields. But I don't know how. I thought I unfolded it. I could have sworn I hit the unfold button. Okay, so that's 5 tons per hectare. So I know corn needs a whole lot. So if I don't know. How much is that putting on there? And how much does corn need again? Let's go to this chart. I am on. Oh, now it's telling me that it's doing plus 140. How much does corn need? Corn is 121. What kind of ground am I on? Let me go back here so I can see the ground. I am on loam. It needs 200. What was I putting? 160 to 140. Yeah, that should be fine. thought I turned that off. So, if this does work like I think it will, I will need a lot less of the, the dry fertilizer. It's not the word I was going to go for, but I could not think of the word I was going to go for, so we'll go with that. In May when I fertilize, if I fertilize in May, but 05 May. But I am going to need more manure. Like if I went with the same rate I did on the other field, that probably would have lasted did me the whole field. Now I don't think I'm even getting done with this row before I'm gonna have to go down to the Four Corners and buy some more. Nope. Fold. Head down the road. Don't really need to check both directions because there's no traffic that comes down here. Anyway, I haven't seen any yet. But I'm still going to. Okay, now I can finish this field. I think. I don't think I would need more than this. Let me go line up where I was and unfold. I just have to go up that last strip, and I will have finished with my poop flinging for the year. And fold it up, and let's go rinse it off, and then I can put it away because I'm done with it. And then I can get to the cultivating. I'm going to want, let's see, where is my, I'm going to need seeds next month. But to get the things I want for grass, I want like 100-something thousand. And I'm quite a bit away from that, so if I could save some by getting a loading wagon instead of a baler, but then I would spend that change in having a way to store that. I'm gonna have to have a way to store the baler too, so, or the bales. But I can make silage bales at first, and then make hay bales by closer to the end of the year. So I wouldn't need the storage for bales for a while if I go with a wrapper. But that's probably about even on a wrapper versus hay storage. I'll definitely think about it more, and it will depend on how much money I have. Okay, let's activate and change the width. And let's reset and activate. There we go. Let's get this poop buried under. Nice smooth land, make it easier to plant my corn. I did look at what my pigs are gonna need, and a lot of it is corn. I think it was soybeans I want as well. But then I would need somewhere to store them, so I'll just worry about that next year. But that means I might not be seeding a grain after I harvest the corn. Oh, it's a little off. Let's see, this should show. It doesn't look like there's a strip between them. But I don't like how it looks like there is. Maybe I go into here and the place where I can change the width. Oh, right there. Maybe I change that to 3.9. I don't think it really affected it at all, though. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't raise it. But yeah, so I'm gonna want corn, soybeans. I don't even have it up anymore, do I? Nope. I'd have to go back into that. But I think it was two things of corn. One where you turn the corn into CCM, soybeans, and then a root crop. So I won't need to plant a grain to have that next year. So both of these are gonna be corn, and then they're gonna last a year. I'm gonna hopefully have a corn dryer by then, and then use that to make money. And then next year I should be able to get another loan because I should have paid off my loan. Maybe get another plow of land, another field or so, and be able to get all the stuff I need for pigs. If I can get the grass stuff, then I can. I mean, I could probably get the sheep even before I get the grass stuff this year because they'll be able to graze until winter. So as long as I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get the grass stuff before winter. Well, before October, so that I can actually do it. I'm definitely gonna try to get that by April. We'll see. Let me get rid of that. It looks so pretty. Yeah, there's definitely not any strip, even though I see a little bit of it. Yeah, at least this is a lot faster than most of the field work I've been doing. I guess the poop slinging wasn't slow, just the plowing. There's almost no slowdown on my tractor. Going 11 instead of the max of 19. Doesn't seem that bad. can see my house from here. Two more rows to go. And there we go. I'm done with my little field. Looks so pretty. Nice and smooth. So I'm gonna go do my other field, and then both fields will be ready for being planted next year. And I will see you after I'm done with that. Well, I'm almost done with cultivating. There we go. Cultivating this field. Just the last little arm down here. And then it will be all prepped for next month when I'll put some corn seeds in there. And it is supposed to start raining next hour, so this is probably all I'm going to be doing today. It was getting kind of late to start anything else anyway, so that's fine. I should be able to finish this within the hour. And then for the rest of the month, I'll try to make some money so that I can start buying grass equipment while still being able to afford my seeds. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah, obviously depends on if anybody's needing work done on their fields. Maybe I should turn on some of the lazy farmer options because they seem to do everything that they need to do, which is great. I don't want too many options to just make money, but it's not so great that there's hardly any. Like if you noticed yesterday when I turned in that fertilizing contract, there was absolutely nothing. Of course, that was night, so that's probably fine. That's probably fine. Because there was a few to choose from when I, well, there was only the two fertilizing, but when I chose one, there was a few to choose from. But hopefully I'll have more options making my own money besides contracts soon enough. Now hopefully get the corn dryer, and then dried corn is worth a decent amount. Nope, that's wrong thing. Corn max I saw apparently was almost 900. And then let's try to find dry maize. I think it's way down. And silage. Dry corn. 1800. You do lose a little bit of corn. Well, you lose a little bit of the liters of the corn because you're losing some of the water content, obviously, by trying it. But it's still pretty good. Pretty good. Crop cost value. There we go. Words are hard. So there's that. I can hopefully stock up on some money for next year, but obviously that's not gonna help me get the grass stuff this year. Tiny little section, which probably didn't need to be done. But now my field's all pretty and smoothed out and ready for seeds next month. So let me figure out where I'm gonna park this after I get it rinsed off. Maybe right in front of the bale trailer. I'm definitely gonna need a shed. I was gonna need a shed anyway if I'm gonna get bales, because I'm gonna need someplace to store bales. But I mean, that wasn't surprising. I only have one shed, and it doesn't even fit everything I have. It's most of what I have. Yeah, I think I'll try to put it right in front of the bale trailer there. Oh yeah, I stored that tipper down there too. That's not gonna fit anywhere in here. Not without giving up a tractor parking spot. So much I have to try to, yep, there we go. So much I have to try to buy. I'm sure that line will be fine right out in the middle of the field. And I could have fit that back behind the tractor too. Yeah, that probably would have fit there. So that's an option if I need that space. But it's supposed to start raining very soon. And it will be raining the rest of the day. But it's supposed to be decent the rest of March. No, cloudy, but no more rain for the rest of March. So, but that's it for today.